Comedian Will Ferrell says he will not star in a political satire.
Who's still our president right about now. So I just wanted to address my fellow Americans tonight and remind you guys that I was really bad.
The television moment unfolded as an extraordinary collision of humor, politics, and performance art that captivated viewers and ignited passionate discussion across the cultural landscape. In a single, unforgettable broadcast, Will Ferrell, whose name is synonymous with uproarious comedy and irreverent satire, assumed the role of a political provocateur with a ferocity and precision that stunned audiences. His performance was an exhibition of deft comedic timing, layered nuance, and an uncanny ability to blend absurdity with sharp commentary on the political figure whose image had loomed large in American discourse. Ferrell's portrayal was not merely an act of mimicry, it was a creative reimagining that drew from decades of experience in satire and irreverence, transforming a televised moment into a cultural statement that resonated deeply with a nation at a crossroads. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. The setting was a primetime broadcast that reached millions, a stage designed to confront the iconic persona of the newly elected president with a performance that defied expectations. Ferrell's energy was palpable from the opening moments, as he commanded the stage with a presence that was both disarming and electrifying. With a casual confidence that belied the political gravity of his target, he navigated through layers of irony and wit, challenging the established narrative with each calculated gesture and carefully chosen inflection. His performance was a deliberate act of subversion, a demonstration of the power of comedy to question authority and reveal the absurdities embedded in political discourse. Throughout the performance, the interplay between humor and political critique was palpable. Ferrell's rendition was an intricate tapestry woven from strands of satire, parody, and a keen observation of the idiosyncrasies that had come to define the public persona of the political figure. Every nuance of his delivery seemed meticulously planned, with an awareness of the historical context and cultural impact of the moment. The performance was rich with layers of meaning that invited the viewer to reconsider preconceived notions about leadership, image, and the often surreal theater of contemporary politics. In the midst of laughter and applause, the audience was compelled to engage with deeper questions about the role of public figures in shaping national identity and the ways in which humor can serve as a mirror to society. The implications of Ferrell's performance extend far beyond a mere television moment. At its core, the display was a commentary on the evolving relationship between celebrity, media, and politics. Over the years, the boundaries between entertainment and political authority have blurred, and this event highlighted that intersection with a force that was both exhilarating and unsettling. The performance served as a reminder that in an era where image and perception can be as influential as policy, the role of satire is not simply to amuse, but also to provoke thought and spark dialogue about the nature of power and the responsibilities of leadership. By choosing to channel his unique brand of humor toward a figure who had already redefined the contours of political spectacle, Ferrell not only entertained, but also exposed the inherent contradictions and vulnerabilities within the public image of authority. A significant aspect of the performance was its inherent unpredictability and willingness to take risks. Ferrell, known for his fearless approach to comedy, ventured into territory that many would consider taboo in the current political climate. His willingness to engage with controversial subject matter and to push the envelope of what is considered acceptable in political satire was a defining feature of the broadcast. In doing so, he reminded audiences of the essential role that humor plays in questioning the status quo. By dismantling the carefully crafted image of power with a series of biting observations and physical comedy, Ferrell's performance challenged viewers to see beyond the polished veneer of political messaging. The moment was a testament to the resilience of satire as a form of expression that remains potent even in the face of intense polarization and political fervor. The artistic choices made during the performance further amplified its impact. Every aspect, from the choice of costume to the cadence of the dialogue, was imbued with symbolic significance. Ferrell's physicality, the exaggerated gestures, the deliberate pauses, and the almost balletic precision of his movements worked in tandem with the verbal content to create a multidimensional critique. His performance transcended the boundaries of a simple impersonation, offering instead a reflection on the nature of political theater itself. The deliberate exaggeration of certain traits and behaviors served to underscore the surreal quality of modern political life, where the spectacle of leadership can sometimes overshadow substantive policy discussions. In this light, the performance emerged as both a form of entertainment and a pointed critique of a political system increasingly defined by its performative aspects. Cultural commentators and enthusiasts of political satire have long recognized the significance of television as a medium for challenging dominant narratives. In this instance, Ferrell's appearance was not just a singular event, but part of a broader tradition in which comedians serve as both provocateurs and commentators. His performance evoked memories of past eras when humor was used as a vehicle for dissent and as a means of holding those in power accountable. The visual medium of television amplifies these messages, allowing them to reach a diverse audience that spans various demographic and ideological spectrums. Ferrell's choice to engage directly with the imagery and rhetoric associated with political authority was a bold move that resonated with viewers who have grown increasingly skeptical of traditional power structures. It underscored the idea that humor can be a powerful tool for reimagining reality, for transforming the way that political figures are perceived, and for democratizing the space in which political discourse takes place. At the heart of the performance was a deep understanding of the cultural zeitgeist. Ferrell's ability to capture the nuances of the political landscape was evident in every moment of his act. He navigated the complex interplay between authority and vulnerability with a finesse that belied the inherent challenges of such a task. The performance was not simply a sequence of jokes or a collection of humorous observations. It was a carefully constructed narrative that invited viewers to reflect on the broader implications of political power in a rapidly changing society. By taking on a figure whose public persona is laden with both charisma and controversy, Ferrell illuminated the contradictions that lie at the heart of contemporary political discourse. His performance served as a catalyst for a deeper exploration of how humor and satire can reveal hidden truths about the nature of leadership and the ways in which public perception is crafted and manipulated. The televised spectacle was a masterclass in balancing humor with critical insight. Ferrell's performance was characterized by a relentless energy that captivated viewers from start to finish. The rhythm of his delivery was punctuated by moments of quiet intensity that allowed the audience to absorb the underlying messages embedded in the comedy. The interplay between lighthearted mockery and pointed social commentary created a dynamic tension that made the performance all the more engaging. Each moment was crafted to maximize the impact of the satire, whether through a well-timed facial expression, a cleverly executed physical maneuver, or a subtle yet incisive observation about the nature of political leadership. This delicate balance between entertainment and critique is what has long defined the best in political satire, and Ferrell's performance was a shining example of this tradition in action. The implications of this event extend into the realms of political discourse and the broader cultural narrative surrounding the intersection of comedy and governance. By choosing to confront a figure who embodies the very essence of modern political spectacle, Ferrell positioned himself as both a critic and a participant in a dialogue that continues to evolve. His performance underscored the idea that the realm of politics is not immune to the forces of humor, and that the power of satire lies in its ability to strip away pretense and reveal the underlying absurdities of power. The broadcast became a moment of convergence, where the high stakes of political life met the transformative power of comedy. It was a reminder that even in an era defined by polarization and contentious debate, there remains a space for humor to challenge the dominant narratives and to invite audiences to see the world through a lens that is both critical and compassionate. In a time when political discourse is increasingly dominated by sound bites and carefully curated images, the performance served as a powerful reminder of the enduring relevance of live, unscripted commentary. The raw energy that emanated from Ferrell's delivery was a testament to the vitality of the performing arts in capturing the zeitgeist of an era defined by rapid change and uncertainty. His performance was an audacious foray into the heart of political theater, a realm where the stakes are high and the consequences of public expression are both immediate and far-reaching. The television screen, in this instance, became a canvas upon which the complexities of political power were rendered in vivid, unyielding detail. Ferrell's willingness to take on this challenge head-on, to expose the contradictions and vulnerabilities inherent in the political image, was a bold statement about the role of art in society. The event was also emblematic of the evolving nature of celebrity culture and its intersection with politics. In recent years, the boundaries that once separated the world of entertainment from that of governance have become increasingly porous. The performance highlighted the way in which figures from the world of comedy can influence public perception, shaping the discourse in ways that extend far beyond the confines of a television screen. Ferrell's act was a demonstration of the power of celebrity to transcend traditional roles and to engage with the issues of the day in a manner that is both accessible and deeply resonant. By channeling his own persona, a blend of irreverence, charm, and unbridled creativity, into a performance that directly confronted the realities of political power, he underscored the potential for humor to serve as a bridge between disparate worlds. The implications of this convergence are profound, suggesting that the lines between political commentary and entertainment are not as rigid as they once seemed, and that the future of political discourse may very well be shaped by those who dare to challenge the status quo through creative expression. The meticulous construction of the performance was evident in every detail. The visual aesthetics, the pacing of the act, and the interplay between scripted elements and spontaneous improvisation all contributed to an experience that was as intellectually stimulating as it was emotionally charged. Ferrell's understanding of the medium of television as a space for both reflection and confrontation allowed him to create a performance that was rich in subtext. His ability to oscillate between moments of uproarious humor and incisive critique created a dynamic that kept the audience engaged on multiple levels. The performance was a vivid reminder that television remains a powerful medium for challenging conventional wisdom, a platform where the boundaries of what is possible are constantly being redefined. It was a testament to the transformative power of art, a celebration of the idea that humor can be a potent force for both liberation and critical reflection. The cultural resonance of the performance lies in its capacity to articulate a collective sentiment that has been simmering beneath the surface of public discourse for some time. In an environment where political figures are often deified or vilified with little nuance, Ferrell's act served as a much-needed counterbalance, offering a space where the contradictions of power could be examined with both levity and sincerity. His performance was a mirror held up to a society grappling with the complexities of leadership, public image, and the interplay between authority and individual expression. The event captured a moment in time when the lines between humor and reality became blurred, inviting audiences to question the narratives that shape their understanding of the world. In doing so, it reinforced the idea that the power of satire is not confined to the realm of entertainment, but is intrinsically linked to the broader struggle for truth and accountability in a rapidly changing society. By taking aim at the carefully constructed persona of a political figure, Ferrell's performance also illuminated the inherent vulnerability of those who occupy positions of power. The act was a reminder that no matter how impenetrable a public image may appear, it is always subject to the scrutiny and reinterpretation of those who refuse to accept the status quo without question. In this light, the performance can be seen as an act of liberation, a bold statement that challenges the notion that political authority is beyond reproach. It was an invitation to viewers to engage with the complexities of power in a way that is both critical and compassionate, to see beyond the surface of political rhetoric and to appreciate the human frailties that underlie even the most formidable facades. The performance was a call to action, a reminder that the processes of critique and reflection are essential to the health of any democracy, and that the role of humor in this process is both vital and transformative. The spectacle also underscored the enduring significance of live performance in a digital age. In an era marked by rapid technological change and the proliferation of digital media, the experience of watching a live, unfiltered broadcast carries with it a sense of immediacy and authenticity that is increasingly rare. Ferrell's performance was a celebration of that very immediacy, a moment when the connection between performer and audience was palpable, unmediated by the layers of digital processing that often characterize contemporary media consumption. This direct engagement created an atmosphere of shared experience, one in which the boundaries between stage and spectator were temporarily dissolved. The energy that radiated from the performance was a testament to the enduring power of live art to capture the collective imagination, a phenomenon that transcends the limitations of technology and speaks to the timeless nature of human expression. The event's implications for political discourse are as profound as they are far-reaching. At a time when political narratives are increasingly driven by the forces of media and spectacle, the performance served as a timely reminder of the importance of challenging dominant narratives through humor. It demonstrated that comedy, when wielded with precision and intent, has the power to cut through the cacophony of partisan rhetoric and to expose the contradictions inherent in political power. Ferrell's performance was an exercise in defamiliarization, a process by which the familiar is rendered strange in order to provoke critical reflection. By disrupting the conventional images associated with political authority, he forced the audience to confront the often absurd realities that underlie the public persona of power. This act of defamiliarization is at the heart of much great art, and in this instance, it served as a powerful indictment of a political culture increasingly dominated by superficiality and spectacle. In exploring the broader cultural and societal implications of the performance, one cannot ignore the ways in which it reflects a deeper yearning for authenticity and transparency in public life. The broadcast tapped into a widespread sentiment that the polished images presented by those in power are often at odds with the messy, unpredictable reality of human existence. Ferrell's act was an invitation to embrace that messiness, to celebrate the inherent contradictions and vulnerabilities that define the human condition. In doing so, it offered a powerful counter-narrative to the sanitized, often distorted representations of leadership that populate mainstream discourse. The performance was an affirmation of the idea that true power lies not in maintaining an illusion of perfection, but in the willingness to confront and critique that illusion head-on. The sheer audacity of the performance cannot be understated. It was an act that challenged the boundaries of political satire, inviting viewers to participate in a shared moment of cultural introspection. Ferrell's approach was one that defied easy categorization. It was at once playful and profound, irreverent and incisive. The performance was a study in contrasts, a vivid demonstration of how humor can serve as both a tool for entertainment and a means of engaging with some of the most pressing issues of our time. In a political landscape where dialogue is often stifled by polarization and dogma, the act of laughing at power is itself a revolutionary gesture. Ferrell's performance was a reminder that humor can be a catalyst for change, a means of dismantling the barriers that separate us from a more authentic understanding of ourselves and the world we inhabit. The television event was not merely an isolated moment of comedic brilliance. It was a reflection of a broader cultural shift in the way that political power is perceived and contested. The performance resonated with audiences across a diverse spectrum, tapping into a collective desire for a more nuanced and humanized portrayal of leadership. It served as a stark reminder that political authority is not an abstract concept, but a living, breathing reality that is subject to the same flaws, contradictions, and vulnerabilities as any other human endeavor. Through his performance, Ferrell challenged viewers to re-examine their assumptions about power and to consider the ways in which humor can serve as both a mirror and a window. A mirror that reflects our own imperfections, and a window through which we can glimpse the possibilities of a more honest and open dialogue about the nature of leadership. The impact of the performance lies in its ability to provoke thought and to inspire a reimagining of the relationship between art, politics, and society. Will Ferrell's foray into political satire was not a mere dalliance with humor. It was a bold and unapologetic declaration of the enduring power of comedy to challenge the narratives that shape our world. The performance was a masterful convergence of wit, creativity, and social critique, a moment when the lines between laughter and serious reflection blurred to reveal a deeper truth about the state of political discourse in a time of unprecedented change. It was an invitation to look beyond the superficial trappings of power and to engage with the underlying human stories that define our collective experience. This remarkable television event stands as a testament to the resilience of satire in an age when the stakes of public discourse have never been higher. Ferrell's performance, with its seamless blend of absurdity and acumen, challenged the audience to confront the complexities of modern political life with a sense of humor and a willingness to question established narratives. It was a moment that transcended the realm of entertainment, offering instead a profound commentary on the nature of power, authority, and the role of art in shaping our understanding of the world. In the luminous glow of that broadcast, humor emerged as a powerful force, capable of disarming, enlightening, and ultimately transforming the very fabric of political discourse. The legacy of that evening is not defined by a single performance, but by the enduring conversation it sparked about the intersection of comedy and politics. The event served as a reminder that when humor is deployed with intelligence and empathy, it has the potential to dismantle the rigid structures that often constrain political dialogue. It challenged audiences to recognize that beneath the veneer of authority lies a realm of contradictions and vulnerabilities that can be laid bare through the transformative power of satire. In that luminous moment, Will Ferrell proved that even the most formidable images of power can be rendered vulnerable by the incisive force of humor, a lesson that resonates with profound significance in a world where the stakes of political discourse continue to escalate. The broadcast will undoubtedly be remembered as a defining moment in the ongoing evolution of political satire, a performance that encapsulated the spirit of an era marked by rapid change, deep-seated divisions, and a collective yearning for a more authentic engagement with the realities of power. It was an act of creative defiance that not only entertained, but also challenged the status quo, inviting viewers to question the carefully constructed narratives that dominate contemporary politics. By harnessing the power of laughter, Ferrell's performance dismantled the grand illusions of authority, revealing instead a landscape where truth and absurdity coexisted in a delicate, often tumultuous balance. In the luminous afterglow of that transformative broadcast, the significance of the event remains imprinted on the cultural consciousness. It was a moment when the power of satire transcended the limitations of its medium, forging a connection between performer and audience that was as intellectually stimulating as it was emotionally resonant. The performance was a vivid illustration of how humor can serve as both a mirror and a catalyst for change, a force that compels us to confront the contradictions inherent in our political and social structures. It was a display of artistry that challenged conventional expectations, leaving an indelible mark on the ongoing dialogue about the role of comedy in shaping our perceptions of leadership and authority. As the echoes of that evening continue to reverberate through the cultural landscape, the performance stands as a powerful testament to the enduring relevance of satire in a world where the lines between politics and entertainment are increasingly blurred. It is a reminder that when comedy is wielded with both passion and precision, it can offer not only relief from the burdens of reality, but also a critical lens through which we may examine the structures of power that govern our lives. The television moment captured on that memorable night has become a symbol of artistic courage, a beacon that illuminates the potential of humor to challenge, inspire, and ultimately transform our collective understanding of the political sphere. In reflecting on the intricate layers of meaning that underpin this spectacular performance, one is struck by the realization that it was more than just a comedic act. It was an invitation to reconsider the very foundations of political identity and authority. It was a vivid demonstration that the tools of satire, when applied with an artist's sensibility and a critic's insight, can reveal hidden truths about the human condition and the complex interplay of power, image, and expectation. Through his performance, Ferrell navigated a labyrinth of cultural symbols and historical references, inviting the audience to explore the multifaceted dimensions of leadership and to appreciate the paradoxes that define modern political life. The significance of this televised event lies not only in its immediate impact on the viewing public, but also in its potential to shape the broader discourse on political engagement in the years to come. It is a moment that will be remembered as a bold, unflinching exploration of the power of humor, a celebration of the ability of art to transcend boundaries and to offer a fresh perspective on the entrenched narratives that have come to define our collective experience. In a time when the challenges of governance are often met with cynicism and disillusionment, The performance serves as a beacon of creative defiance, a call to embrace the complexity of truth, to acknowledge the absurdities of power, and to engage with the world with both critical rigor and a sense of joyful irreverence. The event was a powerful reminder that the arts, in all their myriad forms, remain a vital force in the ongoing struggle to make sense of our rapidly changing world. It highlighted the idea that humor is not merely a distraction from the seriousness of political life, but a vital mechanism for processing and reimagining the forces that shape our reality. Through a masterful blend of performance, critique, and creative expression, Will Ferrell's television appearance transcended the realm of entertainment to become a symbol of the transformative power of satire. In that luminous broadcast, the boundaries between art and politics were redrawn, and the enduring potential of humor to challenge, provoke, and ultimately enlighten was laid bare for all to see. The memory of that night lingers not as a fleeting moment of levity, but as a powerful testament to the enduring relevance of artistic expression in our collective struggle to understand and shape the world around us. It was a moment when the stage became a battleground for ideas, a space where the traditional hierarchies of power were upended by the sheer force of creativity and irreverence. As viewers continue to reflect on the implications of that extraordinary performance, it is clear that the legacy of that televised spectacle will endure, serving as an enduring reminder of the power of satire to challenge the status quo and to open new avenues for dialogue in an increasingly complex and polarized society. In its essence, the performance was a celebration of the unpredictable, unbridled spirit of artistic rebellion, a demonstration that even in the face of formidable authority, the spark of creative dissent can ignite a movement of reflection and transformation. It invited audiences to abandon their preconceptions and to embrace the possibility that laughter, with all its subversive power, might be the very tool needed to dismantle the illusions of power and to forge a new, more authentic path forward. Through this remarkable act of televised art, the enduring dialogue between comedy and politics was revitalized, reaffirming the belief that the power of humor lies not only in its ability to entertain, but also in its capacity to reveal the deeper truths that shape our understanding of leadership, identity, and the very nature of power. In that extraordinary moment of live performance, when the stage was set for a confrontation between the established order and the rebellious spirit of satire, the television screen became a portal into a world where the stakes of political power were laid bare, and the possibilities for renewal and change shone with an almost blinding clarity. The event encapsulated the tension between the solemn responsibilities of governance and the irreverent spirit of artistic subversion, a tension that has long defined the evolution of political discourse in our modern era. It stands as a powerful reminder that in the realm of public life, where the forces of tradition and innovation are in constant conflict, it is often the bold and unexpected acts of creativity that pave the way for a more honest and open dialogue about the future of our society. The performance, with its rich tapestry of visual and verbal elements, will continue to serve as a reference point for discussions on the interplay between art and politics. It has challenged viewers to look beyond the surface of political spectacle and to engage with the underlying themes of authenticity, vulnerability, and the transformative power of humor. In doing so, it has carved out a space in the cultural imagination where the traditional boundaries of political discourse are re-examined and redefined, inviting a broader conversation about the role of satire in the democratic process. This televised moment of artistic brilliance is a testament to the idea that when comedy meets politics, the result can be a stirring call to reimagine the way we view power and authority, a call that echoes far beyond the confines of a single broadcast and into the ongoing narrative of our collective future. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Will Ferrell obliterating President Trump on TV? What's next? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.